Hey everybody, it's me, Larry, and I have Hal here with me. Hi Hal. Hey, hey everybody. Hal, why are you shaking so much? I'm just so excited. I'm excited for the story today. You remember there's a story today? I know, shocking, right? Yeah. And you want to tell them what it is? Sure. The story we're going to be reading is The Holiday After. Yeah, we're really excited to read it. And if you want to know what Santa does after he delivers all the presents, then stick around and find out. The Holiday After by Danielle Marietta, illustrated by Masha, Klot. And to all a good night. They especially like it when I say that last little bit. Santa leaned in with a sparkle in his eye, and he smiled. And just like that, Christmas was over. All the presents were delivered. The milk and cookies were sampled, and the sun was rising behind them. With the flick of his wrist, the bells jingled, and the reindeer sped on toward the horizon, towing the sleigh behind them. As they arrived back home, Nick leaned in for a hug. Thanks, Uncle Chris. See you in the morning. Christmas is fun, but my favorite tradition is here, the holiday after. Yes, mine too, his Uncle Chris, or Santa, as some call him, agreed. You were a great help, as always. Get some rest, and I'll see you soon. Nick hopped off the sleigh and gathered the reindeer. He walked them back to the lodge and got them into their stalls. Once each sleepy reindeer was tucked in under the hay, Nick climbed up the ladder to his family's loft, overlooking their livestock below. Good night! His twin sisters Joy and Grace called out when they heard him climbing into his bed. Night, his big brother Noel mumbled as he rolled back to sleep. And good night to all, Nick replied with a smirk. Giggles echoed in the lodge that late Christmas night. Hush, said their father Fred. Holiday after is almost here, and as traditions go, we start bright and early. A calming silence fell over the lodge and all of the North Pole. As the sun arose and the fresh snow glistened, the feeling of joy filled the air. Nick, along with his brothers and sisters, ran into the kitchen. Let the holiday pancake tower competition begin. The boys had won the past 2 years. They knew their sisters were ready and had been planning out their pancakes for months. The brothers kept their workstation clean and organized, carefully laying out their blueprints and prepping their supplies. Joy and Grace, not so much. They were already flipping their first pancake. Bowls, pans, cracked eggshells, and clouds of flour floated everywhere. But the smell of tradition blossomed, and the pancake creations were growing. Noel was stacking, and Nick was shaping the pancakes into a giant holiday after tree. Holly berries sprinkled throughout like ornaments on a Christmas tree. But the twins, oh, the twins! They had created a full replica of the North Pole City Center. They beamed as they took a step back to see what they had done. Well, clearly they won. Noelle announced. Better luck next year, the girls snickered back. Ho, ho, ho! Merry holiday after! Voices called from the front door. The kids rushed out of the kitchen, quickly scattering their aprons onto the floor. All their family and friends had come to celebrate. Merry holiday after! Nick and his family all cheered back. While the younger kids played and ran everywhere, the teenagers were busy being too cool to be silly. The grown-ups were all talking in their own little world. Nick's father and uncle were flipping the family crest to see who would be Santa next year. Nick loved this time with everyone together. The rest of the year is so busy with work, but this is always one day he can count on. As they all gathered around the beautiful tables, love and smiling faces surrounded them. Pancakes covered in powdered sugar, and a warm maple syrup with extra chocolatey hot cocoa to wash it down. These were all part of the traditions he loved. With a full belly, Nick sat back and listened while others shared stories of favorite holiday after memories. And then it was time. One by one, they gathered their boots, coats, and hats and took the party out back. Nick and his siblings handed out 3 sprouts to all. Everyone marched out to the fields behind the lodge and picked a place to plant their future holiday after tree. While they did so, they all sang, "Oh, the joy you have to give, in our hearts is where you live. Fill the skies with peace and love, a new star shines above." Quiet hums mimicking the tune continued until every last tree was planted. This is what the day was all about. Time spent together and time given back. Standing outside that chilly night, everyone looked out to the rolling hills of holiday after trees. Some were no bigger than Nick, but others touched the clouds. The traditions we start today can live on forever, Uncle Chris whispered. It's up to each of us to keep them going. Sometimes we might not all be together, but when you look out over these hills, you will be reminded of those past times together. And with that, the day was done. Nick, Noelle, Joy, and Grace squeezed everyone extra tight as they left. "See you at school," the twins shouted to their classmates. "See you in the workshop," Noelle said to his friends. Uncle Chris lifted Nick up onto his shoulder. He had the same sparkle in his eye that he had the night before. While waving goodbye to their friends and family, they said in unison, "And to all a good night." A perfect end to a perfect holiday after. The end. So, Hale, how did you like that? Oh my gosh, it was such a good book. Did you all like it too? Yeah, I didn't know that Santa did all that after Christmas. Or Christmas Eve, whatever. Yeah. So, make sure to follow the channel by subscribing and liking this video. And below, we have links to where you can learn about this awesome author and get your very own copy of the book. Yeah. Make sure to check it out. And until next time, bye everybody. Goodbye.